because on Saturday it was Dorothea's last day. Yeah, and Yelena, and we actually decided to visit Anada, the forest.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Yeah, have you been there?
the store. It's no.
Damn, it's so beautiful.
I know.
I've actually never been there before. And I lived nearby. Yeah, I lived in
Oh, I
Santa Cruz.
thought you looked at it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and there are like hidden beaches, but you need to like ride a lot, and then you arrive to some hidden
Through the
beaches
for-
all the way
through
in
the-
the north.
Through the forest?
Yeah, and there are like so many how are they called? Miradors. Like I forgot the name in English. Viewpoints. And yeah, there's so many beautiful view, and it's like it's a forest. It's literally a jungle.
Okay.
Monkey business.
No, yeah. Like the south of the island is like the desert, and then you go a little bit up, and then it's like the jungle. It's crazy.
But the beach is what, like green or with the grass, or it's like.
No. Funny thing is, Dorothea knows one beach, and she led us to there, and then we arrived, and there's no beach because the waves were too high, and they covered the beach. There was no beach.
Oh.
And she's like, "Wait, is this the wrong place?" I knew the beach was there.
Cool.
Yeah. But it was beautiful. It was pretty cool. So I mean, we went up to the volcano, to the national park. We were riding there. We visited Musca. We went to Loro Park. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, we went the whole day. Yeah, like you need a lot of time. Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to hurry up.
Yeah, but I think it's stupid to hurry up.
Yeah. There's so many cool animals to see. And yeah. So
Wait, which animals did you see? That
Orcas?
I mean, mostly sea animals. You do have some like monkeys, jaguars, and so on. Birds. There's a lot of birds, parrots, and stuff. Actually, they have I think 13 parrot kinds that they saved from extinction. Like they exist only in Loro Park.
okay.
Yeah. And you had shows. You had shows
So did you
with
visit every show?
Every show.
Yeah. So you have four. You
Four
have
shows.
sea lions. You have. Actually, we haven't visited the parrot
Parrots.
ones. Yeah, because we were like 2
Me
minutes
neither.
late. Yeah.
Me neither. Okay, yes. the
Yeah,
same.
we just arrived and we were like, okay, we have 5 more minutes, and the place was already closed. Yeah, they already
They
started.
just closed it?
Yeah, they already started. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
it was the last one of the day.
Yeah,
But
because it is a small place. I'm pretty sure that it's a small place inside, and it's
Yeah,
not for
yeah.
many people like in the others. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. And you like because the last show was dolphin show, and then you have like 10 minutes to and you need 5 minutes of walking at least to go there. So
Yeah.
like you cannot make it. And yeah, so we watched dolphins, sea lions, and orcas. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not all for that kind of fun, but they do explain that they raise these animals, they save them, and so
Yeah,
on.
but I'm not.
so basically, you had an amazing time
It is
there.
kind of a money maker, but
Okay. So you basically had amazing time there, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I'm coming back, and then you're like, oh no, I'm going on another trip.
yeah, there was like I've been 6 months Serbian winter, super cold, depressing, and so on. So then we go on a beautiful trip, right, to Tenerife, and it was awesome. Yeah, so then I go back to Vienna because my
Wait,
amazing brother.
Wait, you went back to Vienna, right?
Yeah, but my brother actually, Nabusha, he called me. He called me while I was in Tenerife, and he was like, "Hey, we're going to Bali," and I was like, "What?"
So you went back to Vienna, and then you flew to Bali.
Yeah. He called me. He said my plan was to go to Budapest and come back home. So he called me like, "Hey, we're going to Bali." Like he had an argument. I mean, he broke up with his girlfriend, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna go together to Bali because I mean, pretty expensive tickets."
And he already planned it, yeah.
And then they got into a big fight, and they stopped talking. And I mean, he bought the tickets, so he was like, let's try to change the name on the ticket, like change the name to my name, and that's a regular procedure.
It should be okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I go to Vienna, and we try and try and try, and no, actually you cannot. With Austrian Airlines, they don't have an option, which is strange because every airline has option for that.
I mean, that's a normal thing.
Yeah, and but they don't.
What did you call?
Yeah, we went to their offices and everything, and we
Yeah.
talked to them, and no,
No.
they just don't have an option for that. It's crazy. And
What
they're they're not even low cost airline. They are a serious airline, you know.
What airline?
Austrian,
Uh-huh.
Austria, yeah. Yeah, they're a pretty serious airline, you know. Like their airplanes are amazing and so on. But that's the only option they don't have. So we were like, okay, you know, like I'm gonna go back home, and stupid me remembers that I have a Wizz Air promotion and I can fly for free up to Maldives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're like, okay, let's try that. We found cheap tickets and decided to split the money. Cheap tickets from Maldives to Bali.
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
How much?
I think they were about 300 euros, something like that. Yeah, but it's a connecting flight and it's not so close.
It's not. so
Maldives and Bali are not so close.
okay.
Yeah, maybe it looks close, but
close. Yeah.
like it's almost the same distance from Vienna. From Maldives to Abu Dhabi.
Wait, so I don't get it.
Maybe even longer.
He refunded the tickets and then you got the new tickets.
No, he actually refunded small part of her ticket. Like that's the like 20%. I mean, he still didn't get that money. So we were like, okay, he's gonna pay for that. You know, that's gonna be like 150 euros. So the ticket would be only 150 for me when you count all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, okay, I'm going to Bali for 150 euros. Okay.
Yeah.
And but I had to go 2 days earlier. Actually, I had just a few hours of break when we decided, and I was going at 7 a.m. So I didn't even have time to do anything. So we just check visa stuff, everything. We ask ChatGPT, we check on the internet everywhere, and it's like everything you can get at the airport and so on.
It's usually like that.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I went to Maldives, at the airport they give you like 20 euros, 25, and you have visa for 30 days. That's
Yeah,
it. And the pretty usual stuff. And okay, so I go in the morning. I haven't even slept the whole night, and then I have 9 hour of
break.
until the
Bali.
next flight from Abu Dhabi. I was just chilling in some park, and
I saw that.
yeah. It's nice. It's beautiful. And okay, I arrived to Maldives, and I have like one night, to spend, and tomorrow is the flight. So I enjoy Maldives. It's all nice. The problem was I arrived at the month of it was Ramadan. Actually, the Ramadan was on the 1st of March, but I guess they
It's pretty long.
they just keep celebrating it. And when it's Ramadan,
The shops keeps closing, right?
yeah, they're like open for 1.5 hour, and then they're closed for 2 hours, and like that happens like 6 times a day, and also they have like every day they have a special time where only their people eat. Yeah, like the restaurants are open only for their people.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they eat. They're fasting. They fast and then they eat like crazy, only for like one meal.
Okay.
But you cannot enter.
So
Yeah, so I was like, I don't care, I'm not gonna eat. I'm just tomorrow I'm arriving to Bali. Nebusha's gonna be there. We were actually supposed to meet at the airport, arrive at similar time. Yeah, and yeah, I go to the airport. Everything's well. I sleep in a shitty accommodation. They cost $50. Yeah.
But you can buy the food.
in a market, but he didn't go to the market.
Yeah, but I kind of don't have a kitchen, don't have a table, don't have anything. So I like where I'm gonna eat the things I buy. Yeah, and and I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna sleep there, enjoy a little bit the next day, and that's it. I'm going. And and I go to the airport. the next day, and I'm like, okay, it's all fine, everything's cool. I checked everything. I checked in. I did everything. Not my first time traveling, and they tell me, oh, but you don't have a visa. And I'm like, what visa? Visa for what? In Bali? I mean, I just fill it in at the airport. And they say, no, visa for, because my connecting flight was through Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I checked there as well, like I don't need a visa, I'm not staying in the country. But they say, oh no, but you have tickets for two different airlines and they are not at the same terminal, so it means you need to change terminals. And I'm like, okay, so I just walk. No, they say you need, because they are too far away, you need to leave the airport, get on a bus,
Oh my
right to the
God.
next terminal. Yeah. So you need visa because you're gonna pass through immigration.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fill up with the visa, no problem. And they're like, oh, but their approval time is like for 2 days. I'm like, what? Okay, so I'm like, why did no one notify me about that? I bought 2 tickets through 2 different airlines. There was notification nowhere. I even checked in. You cannot allow me to check in if I don't have a visa first.
Yeah, you cannot check in. Yeah.
That? What they said?
And they say, oh, well, they do that. And that's it.
It
They
is
do
what
that.
it is.
I'm like, bro, I'm from Serbia. I'm like halfway across the world now. I need to travel. I can't just like, okay, thank you, And he's like, can they escort me, through the terminal? Can I give them all of my stuff and just, I mean, I have return tickets. I have everything. I even did all of the stuff for Bali. Like, you need to fill up immigration form. You need to fill up a few stuff. I did all of that. I have everything ready. Like, guys, I'm going to Bali. I have return tickets. I have everything. They're like, sorry, we can't do anything. And yeah, so I was like, sorry, Nabusha, I have to go back home. Like, that's it.
Wait, why didn't you? If you ask, can I talk to your superior or something like that?
But it was like 1 hour before the flight. The flight was already
you
gone.
wait 2 days for visa?
They tell me that at the airport, 1 hour before the flight was, That's what they do, They don't tell you stuff, and then when you arrive at the airport and you don't have time to think and to do things, that's when they tell you, oh, you didn't do everything. Same as for the bags, when we went to Tenerife, we didn't have time to think, and so we paid. Yeah. Also, at the airports in Abu Dhabi and Maldives, first I take accommodation. I go to Abu Dhabi airport and they tell me, oh, we cannot issue a ticket because the accommodation you took is like not on our list. I was like, what list? You have a list of accommodations? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, why is it on booking if it's not on your list, right? They're like, no, it's not registered. Okay, so I find another accommodation that's $50, and
Oh my god.
yeah, and then I arrive to Maldives and they tell me, oh, but the name is not the same. The one is called the Rooftop Inns, and on the list it's Rooftop Inn, and on booking it's a rooftop something rooftop rooms.
Okay.
And they tell me, oh, it's not the same place. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. Just find me the place that's on your list. I don't care. Just let me go. I'm not even going to stay in your country. And so they are like looking at something, pulling me left, right. And in the end, okay, you get a visa. They even got me a free visa. I arrived to the place. It's actually Rooftop Inns, the one from the list. Only the idiot owner changed the name on the booking.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, like there, like tons of stuff happen. Even the tiny problems, the big problem, like all of the problems that could happen on one trip happen.
But you didn't go back home when they said you need to wait 2 days.
No, because I got a sign from the universe, but I guess it was a false sign. I come back, and the second flight from Kuala Lumpur to Bali, they delayed. And they give me options. I can refund, I can take some of their credits, or I can change the date. So I'm thinking, okay, I mean, I arrived here. I'm gonna go to Bali one way or another. You know, I'm not just gonna go back home. So I changed the date of the flight to 3 days later, so I have time for the visa to fill up the visa. And I also take, well, I had to pay for another ticket from Maldives to Kuala Lumpur, and I take the same airline which comes on the same terminal, and so I don't need to, you know, leave the terminal, go through immigration, and I don't need a visa. That, you know, so I don't even need a visa. I tried filling it up, but you know, you know, usually visa they just ask information like passport and yeah, accommodation. That's it. These guys ask for like thousands of stuff. You need a professional photo, like from the studio. You need scanned the passport, and like you cannot take a photo scanned. You need like they ask for accommodations. Like, bro, I'm not staying there. I'm just in transit. They ask for a letter of recommendation. Like I'm applying for work there. I don't know. And so I figure out I cannot fill this stuff from Maldives. You know, I need to be back home. But I didn't care. I got tickets for the same airline, same terminal. I don't even need a visa. Up to the, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait 3 more days. Fuck it. So I keep finding stuff out in those next 3 days. Again, I cannot find anywhere to eat because every time I go out to eat, it's exactly the time when restaurants are closed. Yeah, you cannot believe it. I go one day to the same restaurant and they tell me, sorry, we are closed now. Like we open at 8 p.m. And I'm like, okay. The next day I arrive at 4 p.m. They say, oh, sorry, we open at 6 p.m. Next day I arrive at 6 p.m. They say, oh, sorry, we open at 8.
Oh my god. But, okay, so you didn't go to the supermarket. You were still just waiting for that.
Yeah, but in the supermarket they don't have almost anything for eating like raw. You know, you need to cook stuff. They have
Really?
stuff for cooking.
They
Yeah,
don't have anything.
and I don't have a kitchen.
They don't have
Yeah,
anything like
it's like a can of tuna. That's the only thing I found.
Oh my god.
And also the thing is, Maldives, you know, they have a lot of seafood, and their seafood is really amazing. But the problem is there's not enough seafood for everyone. So all the fish they catch, they spread through other islands. And I was in a capital city. Capital city is very different from the rest of Maldives. It's like too filled. There's like 100,000 people, and it's like super crowded. It's it's not beautiful. There are no beaches. There's nothing. Because no one really stays there. You know, tourists stay maybe for one day and then they take a boat and go to some island, some resort or something like that. So I actually stayed in the worst possible place, in Maldives. Yeah, there is like one beach that's man-made, and it's a bit far away from where I was. So I spent 3 days searching for food and literally on needles because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna arrive to Bali or not because they already fucked me up one time, you know. Yeah. So, and I was always thinking, okay, what else what else can I do? You know, is there anything else that they didn't tell me because they didn't tell me about visa? The agency that I bought the tickets from didn't tell me anything about visa. 2 airlines didn't tell me anything about visa or, in transit. Also, the first airline, the one that's, didn't let me go, on their ticket, there is not even the number for the terminal. Like, how am I supposed to know on which terminal I arrive when you didn't even put it on the ticket? Yeah. So, okay, so all in all, I'm finding stuff out. I find, for example, that now I got 2 single tickets. The company is Air Asia, and honestly, I expected them to be better than European, like Wizz Air, and no, they're worse. First, you cannot fly with 2 single tickets because again, you need to go through immigration. You need a ticket called fly-through ticket. And yeah, and I find out about that like a day before travel.
Okay.
And yeah, after I don't know 4 days of torture already, and I'm already losing energy, because I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating. My apartments are shitty. The next apartment that I got was even worse. You only have a bed, you're closed, like there are no
The one you
windows,
showed
nothing. Yeah, yeah. And you have like bathroom that only got a toilet and like the shower, and that's
Yeah.
it. The shower is like literally on the toilet. Yeah, and so I didn't sleep, I didn't eat, I was losing energy, honestly. Like it was bad. I was like, but it doesn't matter. Tomorrow finally going to Bali, and I'll survive. And yeah, and then I find out about fly-through tickets, and then I find out that okay, maybe I can get that ticket, but I need the airline. So I find that the airline has offices in Maldives, in the capital city. So I go to the offices, but they're working the building, they're fixing it. There is nothing. You cannot go inside. Okay, so I visit a nearby store. By the way, people are really nice, and very helpful. At least one good thing. And they try, they search for the airlines, they call them. They call 3 numbers, no one is answering. And I'm like, what the fuck? How am I gonna find these people? I cannot find them, to change the ticket. So I go to the airport. I actually visited the airport about 10 times in those few days. Yeah. I go to the airport, they tell me, sorry, they don't have offices at the airport, you have to wait for the flight. So they open the check-in counters. Then I go back, then I wait for a few hours, then I come back to the airport, I finally find them. I go to the, counter and ask them, and they say, yeah, don't worry, you can get a flight-through ticket. You just need to come at the day of the flight, at the day of the flight, and we're gonna change it for you. Don't worry, it's all fine. You don't need a visa. You're in transit. You will arrive to Bali.
Oh my god, good news.
And I'm like, and my brother is all happy, and I'm like, wait until you see me, until you see my face.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I find out that you can bring only one bag, 7 kilograms, not 10, as all the normal companies. 7 kilograms. But that includes everything you have. Laptop, bag, even that small bag that I got. Everything. Everything needs to be 7 kilograms.
Oh my god, and you need to pay extra for more?
No. No, I mean you do need to pay extra, but they flag your bag as a suitcase, I don't know how they call it, as a checked baggage, which means if I go to Malaysia, I need to go through immigration and then to pick up the. Because yeah. So it needs to be less than 7 kilograms, I need to. So. I was like, oh god, this is heavier. Only my laptop is like 2.5. So I try, I decide like I'm just gonna put, like my pants, my jacket, my everything that's heavy on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do all of it. It's lighter. It's probably lighter. It's like 6 kilograms. And I'm like, okay, fuck you. I got everything. So, they're gonna give me the ticket. The bags are no problem. I already did everything else. So I take another accommodation, capsules, which was actually pretty okay. At least one, yeah.
Oh, OBS crashed. No!